Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome along. Another little live. Thought I'd jump on. Got the hound with me, as you can see, down the bottom of the screen there. Sporting some new kicks. Gotta love a bit of Nike shoes. Thought I'd jump on. Just started coaching back for the first time this year. Diary's back open. And got a few clients on today. Thought I'd just jump on, do a little live. Dropped a video earlier on today, if you haven't seen it, on the driver. Whole of February is going to be all about the driver. Going to get people finding fairways as much as they can. Just loosening up, warming up a few swings. Going to be playing some golf in February, which is nice. Looking forward to that, getting out on the golf course. Be sharing that on the channel, of course. Got the drone, got the mobile cameras. So it should be a cool month of content coming up. Some putting. Got Capto on board. Great bit of technology. When I was out in Spain last week, now being able to take the Capto device out onto the golf course and recording strokes, and then coming back off of the golf course, downloading the strokes, being able to evaluate the strokes, really, really cool. Also got players using it. They get the lighter version, which is smaller, doesn't give them quite as much data, but still records a lot of data. And it allows them then to send that data on to me, allows me to evaluate it. So it's really looking forward to sharing that with you. So, share my thoughts on putting. We've got Tom Gallagher in. Hi Tom, nice to have you with us. Got Overkill 413 in as well. How are you? What are you overkilling? Dropped a video earlier on today. If you haven't seen it, all on the driver. Hopefully that's going to give you a little bit of something for the golf course. It's going to be on for about half an hour, probably around about until 2:30. Then I've got a client coming in at 3. I'm here till 7 tonight. Got young Christos coming in, working with him. Let us know if you've got any questions. If you've not seen a Golf Swing Tips live before, it allows me to give you an opportunity to ask any questions you might have on the swing, and I answer them live for you. Hopefully you've all had a great weekend, managed to get out on the golf course. It's all been pretty nasty here in the UK. Let us know where you're watching from. Just going through various drills that I apply. Get the old wedge out here. It's always a good one. Getting it on the raw trail foot, so I can get some nice push off in my backswing. So get some nice push off in my backswing here. Always such a nice feeling that. that trail foot feeling like it's pushing that right hip, trail hip into the target. Getting that trail hip there so that I can pull and push. What have we got coming in, Nicholas? I saw a reel where someone was doing an impression job of starting the hips with an impact bag. What is your thoughts on impact bags and what drills do you think they're good for? Impact bags, you see more injuries with impact bags than any other. Swinging a weighted device that dynamically moves. Dynamically, a golf club at 450 grams is weighing in at something in the region of 30 to 50 kilos when it's moving at 90 miles an hour. Then hitting into an impact bag and immediately stopping. What do you think about that? I wouldn't get anywhere near it. Would not get anywhere near it. Crazy. Car crash. That is car crash stuff. Absolute car crash. Hope that answers the question, Nicholas. So, get that right leg length. Push the grip off of that right leg length. That's pushing up. I'm pushing the grip against it, which keeps me in forward flexion. Now I've loaded my left side with my top half across. Now I can pull and use my lead leg, which allows me to then unravel. You can see the more I apply force in that lead foot, it shifts my circle more to the left. Pull it, it strikes more from the inside, and as long as my lead foot is working, I can straighten that path back out and move around the golf ball. So you can see all I created there was more angle of attack. The harder I use my lead foot, the more I can get that path straightened up. Face the path fairly nice and neutral. Nika said hi. Hi, Nika. Top Gun Base. Good afternoon. New subscriber here. Well, first of all, big welcome to the channel. Like how you are teaching, the dropping of the hands towards the body hopefully stops my shank. Do you mean dropping the arms towards your body through this section of the golf swing? Absolutely will. Dropping the arms in this part of the body will absolutely encourage your shank. So be careful with that, my friend. Thank you so much for joining me, joining the channel as a subscriber, free subscriber, of course, and commenting on one of these lives. There's the pull, there's the push, which then makes everything line up from the in, down. Yes, that move, yeah, exactly, yeah. So yeah, so this, you've got to remember as well, Top Gun base, that if the grip is coming from low because you've kept your back to the target and you've pumped your arms down, you will always make the grip go high and to the right. So as you create more internal forearm rotation with your lead arm in transition, so there's the internal forearm rotation in transition as the grip moves forwards. As the lead foot starts to push the force back, now you can get the force down on the grip, down through strike, which now lines the face up and stops the sweet spot from going out to the right. And so you can see that as the grip's moving towards me, you can see how the club head's still swinging inside to out. Grip track is one of the things. I did a seminar over in Bratislava last week. One of the things that I opened up with, obviously, was the broom. If you've not seen that, Top Gun Base, go check out my broom series. But I really talked about how the grip track and the head track do not do the same thing. And when you think about what the messaging has been to change path, because we all believed that path was the problem, we tried to push the path out to the right by making the grip and the head do the same thing, when you can clearly see that the grip and the head do not do the same thing. The grip must do a different thing. Grip's moving towards me, club head swinging out to the right. Hope that makes sense. Björn, 1878. What do you think could be the reason why I struggle sometimes to keep a cupped wrist in the downswing? Because you probably haven't created enough cup at address with your grip. So quite simply, get the club on a box, lean on the box, or lean on it on the floor. If you've created enough kink here at address, you won't have any hesitation in creating more kink on the way down, because more kink will create more of an open face, which when you've gone a bit more kink at address, you should be overdrawing it slightly to start with, coming from a grip that probably had very little kink at address. So that would be the place to start. Go with the grip. Top gun base, yes, that move. You make that look easy. It's winter now for me, but can't wait to try it soon. It is super easy, promise you, super easy. If you get yourself a straight edge, so let's use the wedge here. If you get yourself a straight edge, and this is really interesting, right? So the more the club shaft is pitched like this at address, so let's say, for instance, argument's sake, a 9-iron had a shaft that was more vertical like this at address, Can you see how difficult it would be to create an in-to-in swing, wouldn't it? It would create more of a straight swing. If I now pitch the shaft more horizontally, can you now see when I swing that club pivoting off the same point? Can you see how that club can now arc super easily in-to-in? That's shaft pitch horizontal. That's shaft pitch vertical. Look at how that club head wants to track very straight. So when you put a straight edge in front of you, and then you grip the club with your lead hand only, if I was to start like this, more vertical, more up, and then I move the grip out, moving the handle down and feeling like I could approach more from the inside would be difficult. So I've started over here, the club shaft was more vertical. Now as I move the grip down and to the left, can you see how it's really difficult to get the club from tracking over here? Now I get the shaft pitch more horizontal. I take the golf club back and move it forwards. So the grip's now forwards, the shaft's horizontal. Look how easy it is for me to move the grip down and swing the club head from the in to in. I now put my arm out in front and I have the shaft stood up. Now you can see if I move my grip more to the left, can you see how it pulls the club head to the left? So shaft pitch at address, the more golfers stand straight up, shaft vertical, like this, they're teeing themselves up for having to do everything they can to get the club in to out. The more that we get ourselves set up with a shaft that's at 90 to the spine at address, so the grip is more underneath us. Can you see how that club shaft is set 90 to the spine? Now all of a sudden when I move that club down, that grip moving forwards is still at 90 to the spine. If it was stood up, which would match that kind of setup, you can see how immediately more difficult it is. When we grip the club and we hold it more underneath us at 90, when we now start to get that club shaft staying at 90 in that pitch, now the grip moving back down and the club head swinging out becomes way more in-to-in. Very long-winded way of explaining why I make that look so easy, but there's a few ingredients in there that is causing that. Hope that makes sense. Alistair Mack, hey Alistair, how are you? Hi Stu, when turning into the Swiss ball, should I be lowering naturally and then push off the lead leg, or should I remain level? No, you should be lowering. And the reason why you should be lowering is that there's the pelvis, there's the spine. When I stand up straight, look at the height of the cane. When I rotate, look how the height of the cane stays exactly the same. I now lean forwards. And I now rotate, keeping this in exactly the same spot. Look how much the top of that cane now lowers because of the mechanical angle. So this leaning forwards, rolling the pelvis into the Swiss ball, the spine going into forward flexion, you will lose height. So absolutely correct, Alistair, that you're feeling like you're losing height in the backswing. Top Gun Base, all the YouTube I watch, you are the only one showing this, and it seems brilliant. Thank you, Top Gun Base. I think I'm the best in the world. That sounds egotistical, but I think I've proved it with the people that I've worked with, fixing their games, and this is all done on logic. There is no touchy-feely. X plus Y equals Z. Hope that makes sense. Don't mean to sound egotistical there, it's just that I believe in all of this stuff, and I do it on a daily basis to a range of golfers all over the world, and we have good success. Matt, thank you, Alistair. That's really kind of you. You don't need to do that, but it's really kind of you to donate £2 there. Honestly, really appreciate that. Thank you, my friend. Matt Prosser, 3415. Hi, Stu. I'm trying to work out the cause of me pulling too many shots. I originally thought that it was too much upper body rotation. Now I think it could be the lack of rotation causing me to stall. Usually pulled shots come from an open face. So I would absolutely start with getting your left hand in the right spot and then seeking out a video that says, that's called the ultimate backswing drill. And it's where I squeeze a Swiss ball up against the wall and roll it. If you were to fix your grip and do that drill, I'd almost guarantee you will fix your pulls. Hope that makes sense. And pulls are super common, because what happens with a pull is the majority of the time, golfers are trying to fix their face pointing to the right. And when they fix their face pointing to the right, invariably golfers do it with rolling of the wrists, changing the wrist angle. And when you change that wrist angle, what happens a lot of the time is that the forearms get involved as well. And so when you're closing the face over, what tends to happen is that you tend to get forearm rotation with wrist angle, which causes a pull. Then what happens is when you try and fix the pull, you try and swing more from the inside, which then causes you to hit a big push slice. Fix the grip first and seek out that backswing drill. Just go watch my Ultimate Backswing series. That will help you. Alistair Mack, I'm a big believer to people getting credit where credit is due. You do a lot for free, so at least I can do. Oh, that's really kind of you. Alistair, thank you so much. Sincerely, appreciate that. I have a few videos I want to send to you on Skillest, but not sure the quality you need. If you've just filmed it on your iPhone or your Android phone from down the line face on, at this orientation, that orientation, you can be a little bit closer, and on that orientation, that's all I need. Don't need any TrackMan numbers. Ideally wear a white glove or not a black glove. You can wear a black glove, but just make sure you haven't got a black top on as well. You wouldn't believe how many times I get that, which makes it a bit tricky to see the grip. Jeff Martinez, sorry. It's not egotistical when it's true, Stu. You are the best, and everybody should be teaching what you're preaching. Appreciate that, Jeff. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Bjorn, 1878. When you pull at the start of your downswing, do you keep your trail arm bent? The trail arm bends because of the load of the golf club. Because the bottom hand, when it starts to load, the wrist angle setting makes the right arm give way. Because this is the bottom of the two hands, that's why the right arm folds. I never, ever try and tuck and fold my right arm. And all of the swing aids that are trapping the right elbow in, the towel under the elbows, all of that is inspiring a golfer to put more grip pressure down underneath the chest. Think about it. You put a towel down, it pins your triceps to your trunk. And what that does is gives you the opportunity to keep the grip underneath your trunk. Tying your right elbow to your chest, the Rob Rock bit of kit. I mean, nasty bit of kit. Don't get involved in that. Not that I've said that too loudly, but just don't do it. It will make you feel like you can't use your levers. It will help you get the grip lower, and that's really what that's going to encourage. This collapsing of the right elbow, I mean, honestly, I can't believe it's still getting talked about out there. It's just wildly bad. But as you load the club, and I had a guy on Skillest send me a video, Stu, I've tried everything to get more lag and load in my downswing, and every time I do it, I hit the ball further and further right. The chap was standing there with a grip like this and a grip like this. And then when he loaded it, when you load it, you create invariably more kink in your lead wrist. So because his lead wrist was already super weak, as soon as he loaded it here, look how wide open the face was. Fortunately, his right hand gave him an opportunity to save it. All I asked him to do was just grip the club better, showed him that video on my channel, and immediately he will start to be able to load it more. So much of this stuff is good form and function to begin with. Understand the geometry, how we manage energy through the grip, and the head doesn't do the same thing. And once you start to see the big picture for it, honestly, a wise man once said, if you can't teach a 10-year-old how to do something with clarity, you haven't mastered it. So if you ask a youngster to do something in his golf swing and it has to be met with centrifugal force, internal, external rotation, all of these jazzy words, I think it becomes too difficult. So for the masses, and that's something that I'm putting together at the moment, my online course, it's all simple stuff, all about how we move. It's coming out very soon. Sorry, I'm waffling on there, waffling on. Johnny boy, I can't stop my 5-iron from the I can't stop my 5 from the inside. Can't get the feeling to stop it. So you're approaching the ball too much from the inside. All you need to fix is your face to path value. And I'll show you why. So I'm going to make my face to path value in the region of -7, -8, -9. And I'm going to produce a club path very close to 0. So I've got a club path pretty close to 0, 0.3. And then I've given you a face to path value of -8.8. Me delivering that spontaneously like that should give you enough information to know that what I talk about gives you ultimate control. Now, at that point, path is straight, face to path is -9. Now, I've got 2 options at that point. I either push my path more from the inside, which is the complaint that you've got, Johnny, or I fix my face to path value. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my face to path value at 9 degrees shut, and I'm now going to shift my path 10 or 11 from the inside, so that all of a sudden I can get the ball coming back to the target. So now I'm from the inside at 9, 0.2 different from the one before, but now all of a sudden I've got the ball, the club path coming from the inside at 10.3. Now at this point here, look at the difference between the golf ball and the target. So relative to the target, side total of that shot there is 47 feet to the left. That shot there is 171 feet to the left. So if I don't stop the bend in the sky, I can't change my path. So I now get the path back to a 10.5 from the inside, and this time I make my face to path value close to 0. So path line from the inside, and that wasn't quite zeroed out, but not bad. 9 from the inside and 3.5 degrees shut. Now all of a sudden my path too much from the inside makes the ball miss the target to the right. And at that point, if I was to keep my face to path value zeroed out and I kept making my path more from the inside, so face to path is zeroed out at 0.9, but my path is 10 degrees from the inside, how long do you think you would swing from the inside with a face to path zeroed out? If you kept your face to path value zeroed out, before long, you would then have the ability to start to pull your path much straighter. So now all of a sudden the path line is back to 0 and the ball now finds the target more. You will never change your face to path, you'll never change your path line without changing your face to path line. Hope that makes sense. Hope that makes sense. Whew. Workout today. Workout today. Hope that all makes sense. Let me know if you have any further questions on that. Going to do a couple more. Does that make sense, Johnny? Let me know, buddy. Going to pop that back on there. Going to now push off, push the grip down, which now makes me feel like I've got pressure in my lead side. I've got pressure on the grip, which now makes me feel like I can get down from the in. Now, you can see that face to path value is 9 degrees shut. So all I'm going to do on this one is exactly the same. I'm now going to create more kink in my wrist at the top. Push and push. So more kink in my wrist. I'm now going to do exactly the same thing. And now all of a sudden, path is still the same, but now look at how the face to path value is neutral. Now I've got a path from the inside, zeroed out face to path. Now I need to push off hard with my lead side so that when I pull the golf club, it now allows me to start to pull the path straighter, because as I pull and I use the lead foot, all of a sudden it's going to make the path line straighter here. So as I pull, I'm going to push a bit harder with my lead foot, which then makes me pull my path straighter. Now all of a sudden I've got a face to path value, nice value, 2 degrees, and I've got my path a bit straighter. And that's how it works. It's really not rocket science. But it all starts with a really good grip. Kazoo, hi Stu, struggling with widening my swing arc at the bottom of the swing moment. Any tips? Have you, no, it's not coming out yet. I did a video quite some time ago where I got my wife's hairband and I attached it to my leg. Get yourself a band and wrap it around your leg so you can hold the cane here. Now, make some swings where you feel how the golf club can overtake before your grip gets there. And if you do it with your right hand, you'll very quickly feel how the brake mechanism needs to occur. So it feels like I grip and I swing. Now, a lot of that will come down to having a good face orientation, which is grip. A lot of that will come down to having good leg action, which is Swiss ball. And a lot of that will come down to the elevation in your shoulders. You can't just have a swing moment without other ingredients. It's an important factor, but it will come super easy if all of the other ingredients are starting to work together. So focus on swing moment, absolutely, but there could be other areas in the game of the swing that's causing it to be a bit more difficult than you would like it to be. Loving the handle, face to path 18. Hey Stuart, bit late, but here now, and we'll rewatch from the beginning to end. Do that face to path, because today has been a cracker. Today has been a cracker. I'm going to be on for another 5 minutes, and then I've got a bit of prep to do before my first client of the day. So, don't want you thinking that I've only just started today, by the way. It's up super early. Edited a couple of videos. Got the hound. Look at the hound having a little sleep there. Look at him resting after his agility. After his agility yesterday. Jeff looks like he's messaged in. Hey Jeff, the video with the cane attached to your leg is by far one of my favourites and really opened my eyes big time. Fantastic. Yeah, it's good, that one, isn't it? I was sitting, I think I was sitting on a plane, and I was just thinking, how can I show to people how the grip needs to stall out and the head swing? And yeah, so if you watch the video that's come out today, that's also a real good one, because I talk about the grip pressure down and making your irons and your driver feel the same. That swing moment is part of that. Good stuff. Glad you enjoyed that, Jeff. The one I really like is the high tee. The high tee is a belter. It's a belter. I've got so much to share with you soon that I haven't been told sworn secrecy, but I didn't want to share it. But some really exciting stuff coming. So stay tuned. If you're not a subscriber, hang out here, because there's a lot coming your way, my friends. There's a lot coming your way. A lot coming your way. Kazoo, I have run into the video before, didn't give it enough attention. Go check it out. One of Jeff's favourites. By the way, Jeff, Kazoo, are you Face the Path? Are you part of my WhatsApp community channel? It's read only, but I give updates on what's going on. Head over there, because it's a really good place to be. It's free and it's not everyone chatting. And the new website, by the way, is going to have a community section, and it's going to be talking about lots of stuff, really great interactive sessions there, and I'm going to have regular members' lives on there. I'm really taking this to a whole new level. Roger Dodger, hello Stu. I enjoy the live sessions, always helpful. Fantastic, Roger. I really enjoy doing them, I really do. Connecting with you guys and trying to do more and more of it. I wanted to do a little bit more last week when I was on the road, but so busy that didn't work out that way. But loads more on the road lives coming. And do let me know if there's something that you would like to see. Let me know in these lives if I can make them any better for you. I'd love to do so. I really would. Robert, hi, I'm new. Hi, Robert. Welcome, Robert. This is a forum that we do on a regular basis, or I do on a regular basis. Loads of people that are watching will ask questions. I demonstrate, chat through as best I can to help you with your own specific needs, all on the golf swing. And it's all's welcome to the channel. And talking about all things golf. That was hell of a performance by JR, right? Stu, have you played professionally at any time? Yes, I played for 15 years full time. Played a bit of Challenge Tour, played PGA Tour of Australia, bit Euro Pro Tour, Pro-Ams and all that kind of stuff. Best result was shooting 8 under in the Queensland PGA Championship. That would have been probably my moment in the sun, which was pretty cool. But I started in 2010. I started working with Steve Webster, and then started working with Nick Doherty, and that was kind of when I was having a bit of a tough time with my swing, and my game, and my thoughts. And I was doing some other stuff at the time. I stopped playing at that point. But now, I'm going to be doing Seniors Tour qualifying next year. This year. I believe it's in Belek in Turkey. So it's going to be a journey to giving that a dabble. Take you guys along with me. For those of you that would be interested, still going to be coaching. It'd be just fun to see if I can expose me and my beliefs as much as I can. couple of minutes left. Let me know if you've got any questions. So I'll give you a little fade. Give you a little draw. And then I'll give you a straight one. Like a Jack, haven't seen you for a while. What you just talked about, the hip rotation and it feeling lower, has been an aha moment today. Thank you. My pleasure. Well, that's just about time. If you've got any thoughts on anything that I've covered today, let me know. Join me over on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all under Good Golf Coaching. New video come out today on driver. The whole of February, I'm going to be focusing on the driver. Any content you want me to create on the driver, let me know and I will do that for you. But as ever, really appreciate all your interactions, all the support for the channel, and you all have a great week. I'll be back doing another live at some point this week, but in the meantime, that, my friends, it's good coaching.